guys, so it has been a little while since I've been on here last, but I'll get into that in this chit chat get ready with me video. But this video is about the Love Melissa Michelle palette from Ulta. I recently got this. I actually got this basically the day it came out. I was so excited for her. I saw her launch video, and she's one of those YouTubers that she's up there in subscribers, but she's not like the biggest on YouTube, but she's big enough where she's still humble, and I absolutely love her for that. This is a $20 palette, okay, and you get 9 eyeshadows, 3 different colors of kind of like highlights, a blush, and a liquid lipstick. And so I just really wanted to try this out and see if the quality was there for the price, because that's an incredible price. But yeah, I was like super excited for her because I've watched her for a long time now, and she's just remained humble and happy and just, she's awesome. So I really wanted to support her palette. So let's get into this get ready with me and see if it's worth your $20. A couple side notes. If you hear some jingling, that is my puppy Missy. She's currently right next to me in her playpen playing with her toys, and I just didn't have the heart to put her in another room because I've been pretty busy, so I wanted to stay next to her, so she has me. And then you may also hear a fan. This, in the office, in this room, we try and circulate the air conditioning that's in the living room into this room by using a fan, and it doesn't always work that great, but I need at least something because it gets hot in here. And the last note is, if you see me looking down, that's because I am looking down at the mirror to do my makeup. Anyways, so let's jump into this. I'm going to prime my eyes with some Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is what I have used for, I don't even know how many years. I just know that this has been my long-standing favorite. Alright, so we're going to start by, oh sorry, my eyes are a little like watery and the sun's coming out now, so it's kind of blinding me. But anyways, we are going to start by using the eyeshadows. I usually these days do my eyes first. So I'm going to go in with Tobo. And it's this, oh my goodness, light, okay. And this is going to be like my transition shade. And right off the bat, I can see that this has a bunch of kickback. So it's a very powdery eyeshadow. It's applying pretty nicely though. It's applying how I usually want my transition shade to apply in the crease. I'm using a fluffy blending brush. Alright, that's not too bad. Alright, so now I'm going to move on to my lid color. What do I want to use today, guys? I am going to use Lola, which is this like pretty champagne shimmery shade. Okay, there's less kickback with this one, but I'm also using a different brush, so that could be it. Ooh. Okay. It's like a very light shimmer shade. Like there's not tons of pigmentation there, but it's enough. Okay, I lied. There's pigmentation. Maybe I just didn't get enough on the brush. Alright, so that's the first half of the lid. Second half of the lid, I'm going to go to Katie's, which is a really cool, kind of rustic color. And I'm going to put that on the outer half. This is actually really fun for me because I haven't been able to play with a makeup look in I don't know how long. I've just kind of gotten into that mode you get in, you know, when you just have to get ready. So you kind of go with your same shades, your same palettes and products, and it gets boring. You know, I gotta remember, I got into makeup because it's fun to play. So I have to continue to play. Okay, so I'm kind of marrying the two. I'm lightly going over the inside shade with what's left on my brush. Okay, and then I'm going to take an angled brush and let's go into some rosemary. Okay, this is like a different kind of brown. It's not quite chocolate, like a very deep tan. and I'm going to put that in my crease and on my outer V, and this will be the deeper crease shade. It's very warm. I am very into warm shadows, so I am here for this. I'm not a cool toned person. Alright, then I'm going to take that same blending brush that I put my transition shade in with, and I'm going to blend those shades together. It seems to be blending pretty well. It blends pretty easily. Which is good. So at least I don't have to really work at it, or I don't have to apply much more product. It's kind of getting the desired effect. Alright, this sun is like killing me. It's crazy. I'm sorry if the sun keeps going in and out today. It's not being my friend, and I chose daylight, so my bad. But, so this is kind of what I'm working with right now. So I am going to, I noticed that I did get a good amount of shimmer under my eyes from the fallout. So I'm going to just get a makeup wipe and remove that. And this is just one of those things that happens with some shadows. It doesn't happen with all shadows, but it's not non-existent, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad palette. You know, there's just a little more fallout, which could be solved too if you use something like Fix Plus and you know, really pack it on there. But no biggie. I'm not worried. By the way, I have not actually watched any other reviews or tutorials with her product because I want to be completely unbiased. So hopefully that helps. I dragged it onto my cheek. Oh! That's the thing with sparkle or glitter or shimmer. Ugh. It just gets everywhere. And then, oh my gosh, guys, so I have like these two breakouts on the side of my face that will not go away, and they are annoying me so much. I've tried so many methods and I don't really understand what's going on. I'm using a new cleanser, but it's not new. I've been using it for weeks, so I don't know if that's it, but side note. Anyways, so this is the part of the Get Ready With Me where I'm using not her product because I have to put on my face. So I'm using Professional to prime my face right now by Benefit, and then I'm going to use my Motives Liquid to Powder Foundation, which I'm like almost out of. I've been using this constantly. This is in the color Linen, and I'm just going to put that all over my face. So yeah, the reason, guys, that I haven't been so active anymore past probably month or so. So I joined a networking group called BNI. I don't know if anyone has like ever heard of it, but you meet every week. You meet once a week in like during a weekday in the early morning before like work hours start. And it's been taking a lot of my schedule lately because, you know, you have to do one-on-one meetings with people to get to know them and their business and know how you can help them and how they can help you, kind of thing. And then this past week I had my first presentation. Every like 6 months we're gonna have to like present, and this one was just all about me in general and how I chose makeup, how I got into makeup. So it wasn't hard, but I had to practice for it, and I was really zoomed in and focused on it for that week leading up. You know, you're up there for 7 minutes, and it's intense. I was in front of 50 other professionals that some of them I've been getting to know, but some of them I still don't know well yet. And yeah, so side note, I'm using Tarte Shape Tape right now. I use it in Fair Neutral, and guys, it is really as good as everybody says it is, so get on it. But anyways, yeah, so I was just kind of focused on that, and I've been doing a lot of meetings with them. And then besides BNI, I have been meeting with wedding venues throughout Connecticut and event planners and photographers, and just a lot of business people who can, you know, put me on their preferred vendor list, or just, sorry if I'm out of frame, but they can put me on their preferred vendor list for brides, because I am primarily a bridal makeup artist, or, you know, just to get in their mind, because the makeup artists are very saturated where I live. I don't know if that's like everywhere, but it is here. And so you have to really work at it to get known and to be the go-to in the field. I'm using MAC Fix Plus in Light Plus now to set my face. And yeah, so I've just been putting in the work, guys. I've really been working at it. And to remind you, on top of this, I've still been babysitting 4 days a week. You know, and that's more so just as a supplemental income to make ends meet, because that's where I am right now. No shame in my game. And so I've been doing that. And then I've also been trying to juggle, I don't know, some sort of social life, which really kind of hasn't been much. More so like going on a date or something with Shadell. And by the way, this is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Pressed Setting Powder I set my under eyes with. And yeah, so it's been just a crazy ride. So I'm trying to balance everything. I mean, I'm not getting much sleep these days either. I'm really in, I guess I'm really getting somewhere, which is good. But it, you know, it takes a lot of prioritizing in different areas. I feel like I'm rambling right now, but just know that I have been wanting to do these videos for weeks. I have had these products sitting on my desk. So like the next video that you'll see from me is going to be probably an Ulta haul, and I also have an influencer box to unbox. And they've been sitting on my desk for weeks because I knew I wanted to do videos. It was just a matter of when. And I really wish I could have gotten this first impressions up when her palette first came out, because now it's been like a few weeks or a month. So it may not be as in demand, but I still want to do it because that's why I got it. And yeah, so it's just juggling. But anyways, hopefully that explains kind of what's been going on in my life. A lot of business stuff. This is the part where I don't talk, because mascara is very hard to do when you're talking. I don't know how some people do it. So I'm not a big fan of this mascara, by the way. So this is the Makeup Forever Smoky Extravagant Mascara, and this is like a sample size that, where did I get this? I don't even honestly remember where I got it. It could have been a box, it could have been a Birchbox or something forever ago. But I've been using it lately just to get rid of it, because I don't want to waste it. And I'm just not loving it, because throughout the day it smears and gets under my eyes. And it's the mascara doing that, because it's not me, because whenever I wear mascaras that I know work for me, they don't do that. So, so yeah, I'm not loving that, because that looks stupid. And then on top of that, the brush is just kind of weird to me. I don't like how it gets so fat at the bottom, especially for the little lashes underneath. But anyways, so let's go back to the palette. So now I'm going to use Mahal, which is the blush. And we're going to see how this works, because it's a bit deeper than I'm used to using. I usually use a bit brighter pink for blush, but I'm willing to give it a go, because it's still a pretty neutral color. It's one of those colors that can work on a lot of people. So I'm giving it a go. Right away I'm noticing this blush is not as pigmented as I am used to. So I mean, given I am used to using like Becca blush lately, or Too Faced, or what's the brand? What's the brand with the really, the baked one that lasts for? Tarte. Those. I'm used to like blushes that are known for being long wearing and pigmented and things like that. So I kind of had to pack this on to get color payoff. So that's kind of a con for me, just because I want to just be able to tap in a couple times, swipe, and have my blush on. Alright, and I'm just going to blend it out some with a fluffy powder brush. It's not the worst I've seen, it's not the best. It's kind of eh. But I mean, it is a neutral color, so it's not crazy on my skin tone, which is good. And there wasn't a lot of kickback on the palette when I actually put my brush in there. So next we have Holler, are the highlight shades. So I'm going to try the lightest one, I guess, is this kind of pinky toned one, and we're gonna see how that applies. I'm using a brush like this. The only thing I hate about these things is you have to be really careful not to get into other shades. So it's definitely not a blinding highlight, so if you're looking for that, this isn't your highlight, unless maybe if you swirl on the whole thing, because I'm trying to be careful not to pick up the other colors. But I'm okay with that personally, because I'm not into like super blinding highlight. If you watched my channel, you already know this. So I put on a couple different layers on each side, and I don't know if you can tell, you can see how the light bounces off it. It's pretty. And it's not crazy. It's natural looking, you know? Like a natural sheen. So I'm okay with this. I'm here for it. Not bad. Alright? So that is that pinky shade. That's not a bad shade for my skin tone. The gold I might be able to get away with too. I would have to be careful. But then this deepest shade, this is not for me. So, I mean, if I wanted to use that as like a shimmery bronzer, I probably could, honestly. But I'm probably just not going to use it, or I'll use it as an eyeshadow. So, now we're going away from the palette again, because what's left in there is the liquid lipstick. So I'm going to fill in my brows real quick, which I have been just trying to get through my brow products that I'm not using. So, Maybelline Brow Satin. I'm just going to use the pencil side, and then I'm going to blend it out with the Benefit Precisely My Brow brush. This is my favorite brow product, but I'm trying to use my others first before I replace this. Okay, so brows are done, and let's move on. Let's see, I'm going to put a little bit of Lola in the inner corner, just to give me that little bit of shine. Typically I prefer not so much of a golden shade. I prefer like a bit lighter in the inner corner, but you know, it is what it is. I'm going to also, just to blend out the crease a little bit more, I should have done this before, I'm going to try Wheezy, which is like a tan shade. Let's see how it works on my skin tone. Okay, that works pretty well. So that's a good shade. More kickback. Again, it might be more kickback because of the brushes I'm using, not so much that they're matte colors, because I'm finding that's what's happening. So now we are going to try the liquid lipstick. So this is a matte liquid lipstick in the color Scandy. Looks like this. It's a nice everyday color, so I'm not really worried. I have not been into liquid lipsticks though lately. I mean, what I did was in 2016 I tried getting into that craze because everybody else was. I bought so many and I barely ever used them, and even to this day, still not using them. So, we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna try it out, but I don't know if I'll use it a lot in the end. But we'll see. Hopefully it's a good feeling on the lips. Has kind of a light florally scent. It's not overwhelming. What do you guys think? I think it's a nice color on me. It's still drying down, so it is a little bit sticky. But I'm sure that that'll resolve itself in a few minutes. So I'm just looking at myself in the mirror, making sure that I kind of did all that I could do with this palette. You know, given I could play with the colors a little bit more. Let me know if you guys want to see another tutorial using this palette, and I could use more of like the colorful shades. Like I didn't really do much with these, or this gold. This gold is calling my name, but I knew that I had some meetings today and I have to be kind of taken seriously, and I didn't want to be too loud with my makeup because this is how a lot of people usually see me. So that's why I stuck with the more neutral tones, the safer ones. Plus, you guys know that neutral is where I love to be. But yeah, so let me know if you want to see some more, because there's some more I could do with this palette. It's really interesting because it's not a super huge palette. There's only 9 shades for the eyeshadow, but there's so many different ways you can use each one. You know, whether it's the outer V or the lid or the crease, you can change it up every time. So I'm very interested to keep playing with this palette. So all in all, I think it's a pretty decent palette. The blush is not my favorite just because of how it applies. The color is fine. I wish it was a little more pigmented. The eyeshadows are pigmented enough for me. They are not like knock it out of the park pigmented, but they're also not $1, you know, quality. So the shadows are good. The liquid lipstick, so it is still sticky, and I would say it's pretty dried down by now. So it's a little bit sticky, which I don't really like. It's sticking together. But the shade I really like. This is a really nice shade for me, and this is a shade that can work for lighter or darker people than me. So I'm digging the shade, so I could probably get over the stickiness. But if you don't like stickiness, you probably won't like this liquid lipstick. And then the highlight's pretty. The highlight's pretty. This is kind of how I like my highlights, so I'm digging it. And then maybe in the next tutorial I'll have to try the gold strip and see how that works. So overall, not a bad palette. And guys, this, let me remind you real quick, this palette was $20. All of the collabs that I see other beauty vloggers doing, you know, are $40, $60 palettes or collabs, and ouch, guys, you know, that's a dent in the wallet right there. $20 is a lot more feasible, and given, I think it's also because it's with the Ulta brand. It's not with it's not with a brand that is like super up there and out there. Ulta is its own store brand, just like Sephora has its own store brand, so that could be why. But I'm digging this, guys. I like the palette. I think it could be a little bit thinner for travel purposes, and it is cardboard, so this could get dented easily, but it seems that it's going to be an easy to wipe off palette because it's not like stark white like the Lorac Mega Pro 3 or something like that. I love that palette, but it is a nightmare to clean, so that's good too. And it's really cute. It's cute. That's what it looks like. But yeah, I'm digging it, guys, so I'm going to give this a thumbs up. I really like this palette, and this is one I can see myself using, you know, over the next several weeks, coming up with different looks. So let me know again if you want to see another tutorial or get ready with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this long chit chat, get ready with me. It's been a while, and I just wanted to sit down and just talk with you guys because I miss filming. You know, I do miss it. I just had to prioritize a bit more. So I will be on here as much as I possibly can. But thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.